Okay, before I show you what you're doing in this lesson, we need to run a couple experiments here. Graph the equations y equals 1/2 x and y equals 1/2 x plus 6 on the same plane. So I'm going to write the two equations. And I'm actually going to just go like this and go y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Okay. Now you want to find your slope y-intercept. So y is by itself. You got m and b, so you have it right there. Slope y-int. Slope's 1/2. Y-intercept's -3. Okay, so I go down on the y. Remember, this is positive. This is negative. So I go down 3. 1, 2, 3. Then from there I go forward 2, up 1. Every time I go forward 2, I go up 1. Okay. Now we take our straight edge and make the line. Okay, now on this same plane, we're going to graph the other one. Okay. MB. So slope 1/2, y-int +6. So I'm positive now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then from there I go forward 2, up 1. Okay, I have a question. Are those lines ever going to cross? No, they're not. They're parallel. The reason they're parallel is because the slopes were identical. The slopes were the same. Okay, we're going to do another one. On the same plane, y equals -2x plus 4. Y equals -2x minus 2. Okay, so MB, MB, and we have our slopes and y-intercept ready to go. Okay, so the slope's -2, you put a 1 under it, and the y-intercept's +4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I go forward 1, down 2. Down 2 though, the rise is negative. Okay, so you take your ruler. Okay, let's graph the second one. Slope -2 again. -2. So -2 is the y-intercept. Then we go down 2, forward 1, down 2, forward 1. And are those lines ever going to cross? No, they're not. We have parallel lines. That's the name. That's the name of the game today. Those are parallel too because you have identical slopes. Okay, the y-intercepts are different, the b's are different, but the m or the slopes are the same. Okay, now I'm going to relate a parallel line thing to a real life scenario. Tom has $400 in his account. He will be saving $50 per week. Bob has $600 in an account. He's going to be saving $50 per week as well. Will these two accounts ever have the same amount of money? So we're going to make two tables. We're going to say this is for Tom, this is for Bob, okay? Alright, so XY, XY, weeks would be the X, dollars would be the Y. Weeks, dollars. Okay, they would both start at 0 weeks. Well, before he saves $50 per week, he's got 400, okay? He has 600. Now if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Tom, you're adding 50 every week. So it's going to be 450 plus 50 again is 500 plus 50 again is 550. Now Bob starts with 600, then he adds 50. Are they ever going to get so they have the same amount of money? No, because they're going up 50 every week. Okay, so that's an example of a parallel situation. Okay, he's always going to be ahead of him by 200. Okay. Alright, now we'll show you how to do the examples. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. Okay. So here's what this looks like. It says parallel to equation y equals 3x plus 2 through 1, 3. Label the 1, 3, x, y like we always do. Now we need to write an equation, so we put y in front, then x with a blank space in front of it. That's your m, that's your slope blank, and then another blank space with your b blank. Okay, I got to find m and b. M's the slope, b's the y-intercept. Now, slope. You're like, well, I don't know the slope. Y minus y, x minus x. No, you can't do that here. That's the only point you have. How are you going to use y minus y, x minus x when you don't have another solution? Well, use this word parallel. You go to the equation you're given, make a wall. Y is by itself, then you go MB. You ditch the B. Don't even use it. Label it, but then cross it out. That has nothing to do with anything. Now, if it's parallel, I need the same m that they have. They have 3, I have 3. Okay, but my b is different from theirs. That's why you cross out the plus 2. Then you go y equals m times x plus b, like we always do to find b. M is 3, and then 3 is y, and then times 1. Drop your plus, put your b in front of the plus. 3 times 1 is 3. Then you just need to minus 3. Okay, 3 minus 3 is 0. You can have a y-intercept of 0, that's fine. So if I graph that equation with that equation, they're going to be parallel. This would start up at 2, this would start at 0. They both go up 3, forward 1. Okay, next problem. Parallel to equation y equals negative x minus 2 through 2, negative 2. That's x, that's y. Y equals blank x plus blank mb. Okay, so m and b we got to figure out. M's the slope, b's the y-intercept. Okay, make a wall on your y side. Okay, it's by itself. Put a 1 there. That's your m, and your b is negative 2. But we ditch the b. Okay, so the slope I need to be the same as what they have to be parallel. Okay, and b, y equals m times x plus b. So the m is negative 1. Negative 2 is y, and then positive 2 is x. So you got negative 2. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2 plus b. This does not, oh shoot, I wrote that wrong. Drop your plus, put your b in front with negative 2, but negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Now you got to add your 2. I promise you, you're not going to get 0 on all of them. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0 in b. Okay, this is parallel to this. They have different b's. We don't even care what their b is. Okay, parallel to the equation y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 6 through 2, negative 1. So that's x, that's y. Okay, so y equals blank x plus blank. This is the m, this is the b. Okay, so your m is your slope, and your b is your y-intercept. Okay, so to find the slope, we look at the equation I was given. Y is by itself, m and b. Okay, you need to ditch the b. Okay, get rid of that. So their m's negative 3 over 2. My m needs to be the same thing if it's really to make it parallel. And to find my b, I just use the y equals m times x plus b. So the m is negative 3 over 2. So y is negative 1. And x is 2. line up your -1, put your b first in the plus. So I take -3 over 2 times 2, it's going to be -3. Get your -3 to 0 by adding 3. -1 plus 3 is 2 equals b. Okay, and this is parallel to this. Okay. Alright, last problem. I didn't do this on the assignment, but I do want you to take a look at one. Parallel to the equation 6x plus 2y equals 10 through -2, 7. So I line up the same thing. We got a problem. Y is not by itself, so write that equation down so you got room to work. So 6x plus 2y equals 10. You have to rewrite this so that the y is by itself. So you dot your y, circle it. It's positive, so I don't have to change the signs. I do need to minus the 6x. Then I create a 0x and minus 6x from there. Okay, we put our x down. 0 minus 6 is -6. Then we put plus 10. Now I divide everything by 2. Okay, so, sorry, I forgot to do the slope y-intercept. Okay, so -6 divided by 2, that's not a decimal, it's -3x. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now I finally know the m and b, but I ditch my b, okay? So -3 is is their m, so I need -3 as my m. See, I didn't know the m because the y wasn't by itself, so we have to use that procedure, okay? Then y equals m times x plus b. So the m is -3. Then 7 will replace the y, and -2 will replace the x. So plus, put your b in front. -3 times -2 is 6. You minus your 6. So 1 equals b. I think on the assignment, the y's are all by themselves. Okay, so you know your m, b right away. You don't have to do what I did on that last problem.